Hello, I'm Bill Blake, and welcome to... What's it called again, Tone?
Wrestling with the big one.
The what?
The big one. Get on with it.
Daft title. Anyway, each week we're looking at a bunch of Jesus' parables, and today we're starting with the one about the pearl. Now, he is not really an incredibly rich businessman. Not that he'd fool a 6-year-old child with her eyes shut. He is, in fact, your presenter, Tony Robinson, pretending to be a rich businessman, because this is religious telly, and they can't afford another actor.
Come on, I'll be halfway down the road by the time you've finished.
Yeah. So anyway, Jesus had this big idea about a so-called kingdom of God. But whenever people asked him what he was on about, he told them a little story. Though, why he didn't answer the question properly, you'll just have to ask old Smarty Pants over there.
Are you ready?
Yes. So, what's this kingdom all about, Jesus? Someone asked. And Jesus said, well, there's this rich businessman who's on the lookout for some really tasty, high-quality pearls. And he spotted this fantastic one. It was a whopper. He'd never seen anything like it in his life. So what does he do? I can't wait to find out, can you? Let's cut to the geezer's house right now. Here we are. He flogged off his entire jewellery collection and this desirable 10-bedroom residence with ensuite bathrooms, jacuzzi and double sauna. And his motor. He even took his kids out of public school and sent them to the local comprehensive. No sacrifice was too great for this man. And he went back to the jewellers and he bought the big fat pearl. Weird behaviour? Well, that is what the kingdom of God is like. At least, apparently, that's what Jesus says it's like in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 13. So what was he on about? Tone, come back. Take the stupid glasses off. What's he on about?
What's who on about?
Jesus. What's this kingdom of God place got to do with some idiot who flogs everything so he can buy a flash bit of jewellery?
Well, it's hard to explain, really.
Oh, I bet they're over the moon they asked you to front this programme.
No, what I mean is, the kingdom of God isn't a country, is it?
There's no page for Kingdom of God stamps in your stamp album, is there?
Look, I'm doing this bit.
But you look terrible in a suit.
Yeah, you're right. Excuse me a minute. But a lot of Jews in Jesus' time thought there was actually going to be this new earthly kingdom, right? Some people thought it would be a political thing, like a revolution. Some people thought it would be like this magical thing which would suddenly turn Israel into a religious superstate.
You're creasing it all.
It's all right, it's my brothers. Anyway, Jesus came up with this idea of a kingdom which was completely different to anything anyone had thought of before. It was sort of like a kingdom inside your head, where everyone would start behaving in a totally new way, like honouring God and forgiving each other their trespasses and stuff. And to do that, people would have to change completely, wouldn't they?
No, forgive each other their trespasses. I can't forgive you for treading on my Jackson 5 LP.
Blakey, that was 11 years ago.
Exactly. It wouldn't be easy, would it?
No, and if you decided to go for it, then you'd really have to try, wouldn't you?
Like the bloke with the pearl. Total commitment.
Exactly, and if you did...
And you found out it made you part of the old Kingdom of God business.
Then you'd be over the moon with happiness, just like the bloke in the pearl story. That's what Jesus is saying.
You look just as bad in that gear.
Who'd you borrow this Merc off?
I didn't. It was just parked there, so I thought we'd use it.
Blakey, the bloke who owns it could be back any minute.
Oh, no worries. He'll be at work, flogging pearls or something.
Oi, you two, come here!
Let's shoot off, shall we?
Have you been messing with my motor?
Yeah, might as well.
I'll get the coppers on you.
Where are we going?
Anywhere far away. Where's this then?
Israel!
Blimey, I didn't mean that far.
It's a wedding. Don't you know about the 5 foolish virgins?
Well, they weren't from Watford, were they?
No, it's in the Gospel of Matthew. It's another story about the kingdom of God.
What I don't get is, why didn't Jesus just say, the kingdom of God is going to be this, it's going to be that, and it's going to be the other? You know, just describe it.
Well, maybe he didn't exactly know in those terms. Those fishy ones look a bit good, don't they? I mean, he knew what the guidelines would be, right?
Yeah. Love God, love thy neighbour, and love yourself.
It's funny how you always remember that one, isn't it?
No, don't choke on that, will you?
But it is hard to imagine what things would actually be like if everyone loved one another, isn't it?
Well, you wouldn't need your detachable car radio for a start.
I think what Jesus was trying to do was give an impression of what it would be like. So that in the parable of the pearl, he's saying, if you see it, you'll know what it is, and then go for it. And in this one, he's saying, keep an eye out for it, because if you miss it, it's your big loss.
This is the virgins one, right?
Well, it says virgins in the Bible, but it means bridesmaids, really. Come on.
But that's stupid. I mean, I've known a lot of bridesmaids in my time, and none of them were...
Come on, Blakey. There were 10 of these bridesmaids, actually. 5 sensible ones and 5 daft ones. You can be the daft ones.
I don't want to be the daft ones.
You're the daft ones.
I am not.
Just do it. This is Matthew 25, OK?
And you're going to be the sensible one, I suppose.
Well, yes, I am, actually.
Well, it really gets on my nerves, Tone. You've always got to be the sensible one, or the good-looking one, or the one up the front. And why do you think that is?
They're not interested, Blakey.
It's because of this pathetic compulsion of yours to prove to everyone that you're Mr. Cool.
What is this, in the psychiatrist's chair or something?
Little Jimmy Osmond was cooler than you are.
I'm quite happy with myself just the way I am, thank you.
You should be the daft one. Who put the cat in the fridge and the milk in the cat basket?
Blakey.
Who's frightened to take light bulbs out because he's scared electricity will leak all over the room?
I'll send you home. Who are you?
The daft one.
Right. And it won't leak out, provided you switch it off at the wall first.
You say so.
Oh, come on. You'll like this one. It's about forgetting to put oil in your lamp.
And that's my sort of thing, is it?
Yes, it is. It's about ordinary, practical household objects. If he'd been telling it today, it would have been about forgetting to put batteries in his flashlight.
I haven't got any. You nicked them for your radio.
Oh, shut up. So, there was this bloke, and he was about to get married, and they'd fixed up for these 10 bridesmaids to greet him with burning lamps when he got home.
Why?
I don't know. It was just the sort of thing they did, I suppose. Anyway, they waited and they waited and they waited, and he didn't come. I don't know why. Maybe he was out on his stag night or something. And eventually they fell fast asleep. Go on, fall asleep. So, about midnight, the people started shouting, "The bridegroom's coming! The bridegroom's coming! Light your lamps and go out and greet him!" So, the 5 women who'd been smart and had already filled their lamps with oil got ready to go. And the other 5 woke up and said...
That's me, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we've run out of batteries.
Oil.
That's what I meant. Oh, no, we've run out of oil. Please, lend us some of yours.
Leave it out, said the sensible ones. If we give you ours, we'll run out. Nip down the shop.
What, in the middle of the night?
The garage will be open. So, the daft ones nipped down the 24-hour garage or whatever, and while they were gone, the bridegroom came back, and he took the sensible ones with him into the wedding ceremony, and then on to the reception, and they had loads of cakes and jelly and stuff, and everyone had a really nice time. And the daft bridesmaids turned up, and they hammered on the door, and they shouted, "Let us in, let us in!" And the bridegroom said, "Go away, I don't know you."
Let's in, Tom.
And that's the end of the story. And when it was all over, Jesus turned to the people who'd been listening to him and said, "Look, you might not know what this kingdom of mine's going to be like, and you certainly don't know when it's going to happen, but be prepared for it always, because if you miss the boat, you might not get a second chance."
Tom! Tom!
What?
They said we can have the sit-down nosh.
Who did?
The bride's mother.
Really?
Yeah, come on. This is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Wish I hadn't taken my suit off.
Light the candles in.
Of course. Wise virgin me.
But what's the problem?
I think I've run out of gas.
Wise virgin, eh?
Listen, what did you do with that suit?
Well, I threw it in that bloke's fish pond when we did the runner. I'm sorry.
Blakey, it's my brother's. He'll kill you.
I don't think so. I mean, you borrowed it. It's not down to me, is it?
Oh, great. See you next week.
Ta-da.
Excuse me. Haven't got a light, have you? A light? Shut up.